Good afternoon, guys, and I'm going to answer a question. Somebody asked me, "Hey, how heavy is a bike?" It's heavy. How well does it climb? Climbs great if you got the legs. Think about it, guys. There's tourists out there that are touring on their big touring steel rigs, all steel, pushing 50, 60 pounds up mountains. Yeah, it's on asphalt, but sometimes it's off road. But they're able to do it because what? They spin low gears. And that's the key to mountain biking or any kind of cycling. If your bike's a little heavy, learn to spin and spin well. And when you can spin, basically you'll pass up people. Because remember the old tale about the turtle and the I believe it was a jackrabbit or rabbit. Who was fastest at the end of the day? It was the turtle. So get out there and spin, guys. I rode my Scott, um, and you know what, guys? I can't say enough about it. I was going to ride the Trek, but I decided on going with the Scott simply because it looked like we were going to get a little bit of rain. And we did. We got a little splattering of rain, but it made it nice and muddy out. And really not muddy, made it kind of sticky, kind of gooey a little bit out there on the trails. And I was happy riding this bike instead of my road bike. And I'm just really enjoying it. You guys know how I lowered the stem on it. Now I've got about 2 to 3 millimeters of fork showing now. And basically what that did is it put me in a more low position, which really allows me to get in the position I like most, which is stretched out and long. And this bike just continues to exceed my expectations. $899, 30 plus pounds, and I'm having a blast on it. It just rides really well. Yeah, the gearing is very low end Shimano, but it does have hydraulic disc brakes on it. And as long, just like, remember my bikes, I used to complain about my Sora Equip bikes? You know what? As long as you keep them really tuned up well, clean, keep that drivetrain clean, any bike's great. And the older I get, the more intelligent I think I'm getting. You don't have to spend a ton of money, guys, to go enjoy off-road. In fact, I see a lot of guys with low-end group sets, low-end bikes, kicking all kinds of ass out there simply because they decided, hey, if I can't get a bicycle at a certain weight, because the price point's too high, what they decided to do was get fit and lose the weight themselves. And it's always a best practice. Lose the weight on your body before you try losing the weight on your bicycle, because it's going to kill you. It's never going to be good enough. But the weight on your body, wow, the more you lose, wow, you're just going to be so much happier on the bicycle. And I can tell you that from experience. I've at one point in my life, I think it was maybe 10 or 15 years ago, I was 245 pounds. So imagine a man only 5'8", with a 30-inch inseam at 245 pounds. I mean, that's a heart attack waiting to happen. That's diabetes waiting to explode. That's everything negative you could think about was going to happen. And I've always been a cyclist. I started when I was around 16, 17. And you go to college, you get a job, you have relationships, and you forget about that one thing that made you happiest, fitness, being able to ride some really cool bikes. And when I finally decided to get my health back on check, what did I return to? I didn't go to medication. I didn't get a liposuction. I didn't do any of that crazy stuff. What I did is I started riding my bike again. And over the years, it's plural, bikes, many materials, titanium, chrome moly, which is still one of my favorites, alloy, which is absolutely my favorite, and everything in between, carbon fiber, Remember that Lightspeed I used to have? All the Cannondales, the Cannondale alloys, the Cannondale carbon fiber. I've had every material, but I always go back to alloy, aluminum alloy, simply because it's affordable, it's stiff, and it's light for its price point. This bike is 32 pounds. minus everything. So about almost 34 pounds the way I have it set up. So people go, oh wow, that's heavy. Come on, dude. Let's go do a hill climb. Let's go out and ride. And and if I kick your ass, what does that say? It says simply, I'm fitter than you. The weight of the bike really doesn't matter. They don't put a number. I don't put a number on my bike, and nobody pays me to ride. But I love being fit, and I love going out there and kicking ass on a bicycle. Whether it's my fixed gear bikes, whether it's my road bikes, whether it's my time trial bike, it doesn't matter. Just get out there and ride, guys. And if you guys have been watching my videos recently, I'm not spending a ton of money on bikes. My most expensive bike is still my Cervelo Aspero. And I got that simply because I sold one of my older bikes. I think it was the Cannondale Super 6 Evo. I paid, what did I pay for that bike? Like $16 retail. Sold it for almost $1,400. I had it for almost 3 years. So the depreciation of only $250 on a road bike, carbon fiber used. Wow. Well, that also tells you how well I keep my bikes. But I sell my bikes at a premium simply because I keep them really, really nice. And when I sell this bike, and I eventually will, when I sell this bike, I'm probably going to get exactly what I paid for it. And that's only because I put everything in it. It's going to have pedals. It's going to have bottle cages. Some guys even take the water bottles, which I wouldn't take somebody's water bottle, especially those squeeze bottles where you put your teeth on them. But everything else is set up perfectly for a beginning cyclist, a new cyclist. And when they get it and they go out and tell people, hey man, I got this bike. It's only about a year old. I spent X amount of dollars. Well, you could have got a new one. Yeah, I could have. But this one came with pedals. This one came with bottle cages. It came with everything I needed to go out and ride. And it rides beautiful. So, you know what, guys? Just get out and ride. I think that's what I'm going to title all my vlogs as. Get out and ride. All right, guys, if you have any questions, let me know.